Arma's got me vibing.
A couple years ago, I got a message from Freddy Maldonado in Immokalee, and Freddy is known to be the tattoo guy. Freddy messaged me on the scoop and told me that he wanted to give back to the community. He had a bunch of backpacks and school supplies he wanted to donate, and he wanted to make sure it was going to the areas that needed it the most. So we went out, Freddy gave away the backpacks, gave away the school supplies, and I was able to meet Freddy the person and not Freddy just the tattoo guy. Unfortunately, Freddy's going through a tough time right now. He has created a GoFundMe page. I will post a link with this video where he is asking for help to pay for his son's eye surgery. His health insurance is covering a portion of it, and he has to come out of pocket for the rest. So Freddy has to come up with $7,000 by the end of the week in order for his son to have an eye surgery that doctors are saying he needs immediately. I'll post it once again. It'll be on the video. You can go ahead and read the bio for more details. And if you want to give, if God puts that in your heart, then go ahead and do so. All you can do is share. This got me to do some research on health insurance, specifically how it affects minorities. The stats that I found were alarming. Unfortunately, the way the system has been built, it affects minorities the most negative out of everyone else. It was alarming to see these stats. Basically, the way it's built is if you make a higher income, you get better health insurance. The lower income, you get the minimum health insurance. This made me think of some stuff that I've been through in my life. One specific time was with my little brother Gene, who passed away from cancer. I remember his freshman year, he was having some knee pains, and he went to the doctor. The doctor said, you just sprained your knee, you'll be okay. A couple months later, the knee pain comes back, goes back to the doctor, and they tell him he had cancer. Already there, why wasn't that tested before? I don't know. I'm gonna attribute it to him having a less quality health insurance based off income in the household. Diagnosed with cancer, he goes through chemo. They tell him it worked. A couple months later, he is having the pains again, goes back to the hospital. They tell him the cancer is back. The doctor's next step is go through chemo again. He goes through chemo again. After that, they say, you know what? Before the cancer spreads, let's just amputate from the knee down. His junior year, they do the surgery, they amputate from the knee down. They tell him he's cancer free, good to go home. Come back a couple months later, tests show that the cancer spread throughout his body. And then he passed away. So a lot of that is attributed to tests that could have been done if he had a better insurance. Maybe they could have caught it earlier. Maybe they could have did more scans. They could have done more if his health insurance was of a higher quality. Unfortunately, again, the way the system is built, it's based off income. So right there puts all minorities at a disadvantage, because in order to have a higher income, you have to have a higher paying job, which most of the time means that you have to have a higher college education or education period. A lot of minorities don't go to college. You have to pay to go to college, or you have to get good scholarships to go to college, and even then you have to take out student loans. So we can't get those high paying jobs, so we end up getting stuck with the lower end of health insurance. And I was talking with my friend David, trying to figure out how can we educate our people so that we can change this. And the solutions we came up with is, one, we figure out a political candidate that cares enough, that understands what's going on with health insurance as it impacts minorities. And that right there is a tough one because politicians lie, so we don't know. Or diet better. The two solutions that we were able to find. And that made me sad. It broke my heart because we literally felt like there's nothing we can do. So I brainstormed a little bit and started doing some more research, and I found out that there are doctors that understand the health insurance dilemma when it comes to minorities. So the knowledge that I can give, the education that I can give is basically find you a doctor that cares. And I know that sounds crazy because you feel like all doctors should care, but that's not true. Find you a doctor that cares and understands you as a minority, that asks questions, that wants to know more as far as your health, to better understand what they have to do to treat you. Because it's important, especially because our health insurance doesn't cover everything. If that doctor cares about you, if you feel like that doctor has a true connection with you as a patient, now that doctor can go the extra mile and figure out how to get you treatment, the best treatment, and not just the lowest because of your income. And I guess make noise. Let's let our doctors know that we know that this is how it works, that, you know, it's not fair to us that we get the lowest part, that we can't take certain tests because they feel like we can't afford it or because our insurance won't cover it. Let's make some noise in that way, and maybe it'll change. But again, it goes back to, we just got to do better for us. We got to take care of our bodies, take care of our health, take care of our mental health, so that we don't have to be put in these situations. Unfortunately, I can't even imagine how many minorities have lost their lives because their health insurance was the lowest. So moving forward, I guess that's all I can give you guys right now. Ask your doctors, always ask questions, always do your research when it comes to diagnosis and stuff. If you feel like something's wrong and nobody wants to listen because of your health insurance, make noise.